Crystal Palace have waited 164 long years for a major trophy. This season, they've reached the final of the FA Cup, an unprecedented opportunity for a club whose golden era might just be unfolding. Having now competed in 11 consecutive Premier League seasons, Palace are no longer strangers to the top flight. They reached the FA Cup semi-finals back in 2016, but this time they've gone one better. One of the oldest football clubs in the world, founded in 1861, Palace have never lifted a major title. But now they stand on the brink of history, and leading the charge is one man, Eberechi Eze. Throughout this campaign, Palace have once again proven themselves as a tricky opponent for the league's biggest sides. They're currently 12th in the Premier League with 49 points from 32 matches. But it's their incredible FA Cup run that's captured attention as they knocked out heavyweights like Aston Villa and Fulham on their way to the final. In the quarter-final against Fulham, Eze delivered a masterclass. He opened the scoring with a perfectly placed right-footed strike in the first half, then turned provider with a sublime left-footed cross that Ismaila Sarr headed home for the second goal. His influence shaped the entire match, fluid, unpredictable, always buzzing around in attack. It was a performance that showed why Eze is so special. 2 contributions with 2 different feet, and 1 game completely under his control. He's had quite a strange season, said manager Oliver Glasner. Not many goals in the Premier League, but a lot of chances. Unfortunately, he's had goals ruled out, shots saved by world-class goalkeepers, and even hit the post and crossbar a few times. But he never stops pushing forward. Then came the semi-final against Aston Villa, a side flying high in both the Premier League and Champions League. Once again, it was Eze who made the difference. He lashed home a stunning goal past Emiliano Martinez, a strike that lifted the pressure off his team. He also won a penalty, though Jean-Philippe Mateta failed to convert. Still, Palace triumphed 3-0, cruising into the final where they'll face Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. City haven't been at their best this season, which makes this a rare opportunity for Palace to chase their dream under the guidance of Glasner. The Austrian coach famously led Eintracht Frankfurt to Europa League glory. Can he now deliver Crystal Palace's first-ever major title? Palace fans are already dreaming big, chanting Glasner's name with pride. But another name will surely be sung just as loud: Eberechi Eze. Eberechi Oluchi Eze was born on June 29, 1998 in Greenwich, southeast London, to Nigerian parents. His childhood revolved around the local artificial pitches where he and his friends played endlessly. It was there, in the heart of London's street football culture, that Eze honed his signature dribbling and flair. At 18, he had already been rejected by 4 major academies: Arsenal, Reading, Fulham, and Millwall. Coaches felt his technical style didn't suit top-level football. But Eze wasn't discouraged. He kept chasing his dream, eventually signing a 2-year scholarship with Millwall. When the club released him, he still refused to give up. His unwavering spirit and optimism caught the attention of Chris Ramsey, technical director at Queen's Park Rangers. Eze was very coachable, always open to learning, Ramsey recalls. He didn't always get things right straight away, but you knew he'd keep going until he did. The decision to keep him wasn't mine alone. Paul Hall, Andy Impey, and I talked for days before giving him a 1-year deal. What stood out the most was his character. But even then, the road to the first team was anything but smooth. Eze showed promise, but he needed experience. QPR sent him on loan to Wycombe Wanderers to toughen up and face the realities of professional football. When you truly love the game, you have to show it, said Ramsey. Out there, you face seasoned players fighting to feed their families. You have to learn the dark arts of the game. Eze did just that. After only a year, his loan was cut short. Director of football Leigh Ferdinand believed the young talent was ready for QPR's first team. We didn't know if he'd become an England international, Ferdinand admitted, but we knew he had the ability to play at the top level. Timing is crucial, and so is having a manager who's willing to take a chance on young players. Ultimately, it was Eze's personality and mentality that accelerated his rise. After returning to Queen's Park Rangers, Eberechi Eze began to truly establish himself, growing from a promising talent into a key figure for the team. The 2019-2020 season proved to be a turning point. He scored 14 goals and was voted QPR's Player of the Season, catching the eye of top-flight clubs across the country. In August 2020, Eze made a £17 million move to Crystal Palace. It was the next big step, and despite suffering a serious Achilles injury in 2021 that briefly halted his rise, Eze responded the only way he knew how, with patience, hard work, and relentless optimism. Since recovering, he's come back stronger, especially shining under the guidance of veteran manager Roy Hodgson. The experienced coach helped Eze refine his decision-making in key moments, and it showed. In the 2023-2024 season, Eze recorded 11 goals and 6 assists in 31 matches, his best Premier League campaign yet. Eze is known for his dazzling dribbling, tactical intelligence, and ability to break open tight defenses. He glides past players with ease, creates chances from nothing, and is a constant threat from long range or set pieces. At Palace, he often operates as a left-sided or central attacking midfielder, maximizing his creativity. He averages 2.33 key passes per game, ranking him in the top 4% of Premier League players in that metric. His quality was on full display in the FA Cup quarter-final against Fulham, where he scored a superb goal, provided an assist, and was the heartbeat of Palace's 3-0 win. Still, like many young players, Eze faces the challenge of maintaining consistency. Despite his incredible technique, he needs to sharpen his finishing. His shot conversion rate stands at just 4%, with an average of 14.4 shots per goal. There's also room for improvement in his defensive contribution and pressing when Palace lose the ball. As of May 2025, Eze has scored 7 goals and notched 8 assists in 32 Premier League matches. While he hasn't matched his previous goal tally, his increased assists highlight a shift, from being just a scorer to becoming a playmaker and conductor of Palace's attacking play. Born in England to Nigerian parents, Eze once trained with Nigeria's youth setup. The Nigerian Football Federation even made a strong push to convince him to switch allegiance. But Eze chose to represent England at international level and has made an impression in the Three Lions youth ranks. In May 2021, he received his first senior call-up from Gareth Southgate in England's provisional 33-man squad for Euro 2020. But heartbreak struck when he suffered an injury during training that very same day. 2 years later, in May 2023, Southgate called him up again. Eze made his senior debut on June 16th, coming off the bench in a 4-0 win over Malta in the UEFA Euro 2024 qualifiers. On June 3, 2024, in a friendly against Bosnia and Herzegovina, he made his first start for England, playing 63 minutes before being replaced by Jack Grealish. 3 days later, he was officially named in England's 26-man squad for Euro 2024. Eze made his tournament debut on June 20th, coming on in the 69th minute in a 1-1 draw against Denmark at the Waldstadion in Frankfurt. In the round of 16 against Slovakia, he entered in the 84th minute, and just 1 minute into extra time, delivered a key pass to Ivan Toney, who set up Harry Kane's winning goal. He made his third appearance of the tournament in the quarter-finals against Switzerland, coming on in the 78th minute. England went on to win 5-3 on penalties. Then, on March 24, 2025, Eze scored his first goal for England in a 3-0 win over Latvia in the 2026 World Cup qualifiers at Wembley, becoming only the second Crystal Palace player in history to score for the England national team. Now, with his stock rising fast, Europe's top clubs are circling. Manchester City, Arsenal, Tottenham, and Manchester United are all reportedly interested. His release clause is set at £68 million, and a summer move could be on the cards. But Crystal Palace aren't letting go without a fight. The club is working hard to tie him down with a new contract and build a team around their emerging stars, led by Eberechi Eze and Adam Wharton.